Kasalukuyang gumugulong ang ikalawang araw ng confirmation of charges kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa International Criminal Court.
Nauna niyan, ipinakita kahapon ng ICC prosecution team ang testimonya ng ilang testigo, pati mga naging panayam kay Duterte kung saan binanggit niya ang planong sugpuin ng mga krimen sa pamamagitan ng pagpatay.
Sa pagdinig, isa-isa ring pinangalanan ang umano'y kasabwat o co-perpetrators ni Duterte sa krimen nung siya'y mayor pa ng Davao City. Nakatutok si Mariz Umali.
Sa presentasyon ng prosekusyon sa confirmation of charges hearing sa International Criminal Court, inilatag ni senior trial lawyer Julia Nichols ang mga basehan ng unang count ng crimes against humanity of murder laban kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Sakop nito ang 9 na insidente ng pagpatay sa pagitan ng 2013 at June 2016 nung panahon ng mayor pa ng Davao City si Duterte. Sa panahong ito, 19 ang pinatay, kabilang ang 3 bata.
Mr. Duterte embraced criminality from the beginning of his career. He knew his conduct at its core was criminal. And not only did Mr. Duterte clearly intend his criminality, he openly bragged about it.
Bahagi ito ng pagkumbinse ng prosekusyon sa Pretrial Chamber 1 na may sapat na ebidensya para masabing may substantial grounds para maniwalang ginawa ni Duterte ang mga ibinibintang na krimen para ito ay malitis. Kabilang sa ipinresenta ng prosekusyon ang mga direct quote o testimonya ng ilang miyembro umano ng Davao Death Squad na nagsabing malinaw daw ang utos sa kanila ni Duterte noon, ang pumatay sa mga drug pusher, snatchers at mga hold-upper.
This is what the witness recalls of the meeting. Quote, he, Duterte, told us that your job here in the city would be to kill the drug pushers, the snatchers, and the hold-uppers. That's what our job is going to be, end quote. And in private, with his paid killers, Mr. Duterte didn't say anything about self-defense. He then provided these death squad members with guns and ammunition, but this witness with direct knowledge stated, quote, he's like planting of evidence. It is necessary, and the he is Duterte. He called it necessary evil.
Ang kapalit nito, gantimpalang pera.
One witness stated, every kill, the first reward money, to my recall, it was $10,000 per kill. End quote.
Ipinresenta rin sa pagdinig ang umano'y mga co-perpetrators ni Duterte sa paggawa ng krimen noong panahong ito.
Of course, Mr. Duterte did not commit these crimes alone. I'll talk about just a few of them now, just to introduce them. First, if we go to the slide, thank you. Ronald Bato de la Rosa, who was a chief of the Davao City Police Office, or DCPO, from 2012 to 2013. Next, Vicente Danao, another police chief in Davao during the period. Next, Christopher Bongo, who was Mr. Duterte's aide, special assistant, an important advisor from 1998 to 2016 for the Davao period and then continued later in the presidency. Mr. Dante Guiran, regional director of the National Bureau of Investigation. And finally, Vitaliano Aguirre, who is a lawyer for Mr. Duterte and for some of the DDS members. During the mayoral period.
Sa presentasyon, ipinakita rin ang isang lumang larawan kung saan armado ng isang assault rifle si Duterte, kasama si nooy PNP Chief at ngayon Senador Bato de la Rosa at dating Customs Commissioner Isidro La Peña. Sa isang punto, nabanggit din si Vice President Sara Duterte, anak ng dating Pangulo. Nang tanungin ang isang witness kung narinig niya mismong iniutos ng dating Pangulo ang mga pagpatay.
Where a witness is asked, now, did you ever hear Sarah, this is Sarah Duterte, give any instructions for killings to take place? Witness, Personally, no. Interviewer, okay. Witness, but the father, of course, many times.
Ipinakita rin sa pagdinig ang CCTV footage ng umano'y insidente ng pagpatay na iniuugnay sa kampanya kontra droga sa Agdao Market sa Davao City, kung saan 3 miyembro ng DDS ang bumaril sa 3 magnanakaw noong 2013. Pinanood pa raw ito mismo ni Duterte.
This triple murder was filmed. Mayor Duterte watched it himself. You can see the perpetrators shooting, committing the crime. Yet, Mr. Duterte, the former prosecutor, Mr. Tough on Crime, could not get this triple murder committed in a market in broad daylight with multiple eyewitnesses solved? Of course not, because it was his murder.
Bilang panghuli bahagi ng presentasyon, ipinalabas din ng prosekusyon ang ilang video clips ni Duterte sa ilang interview kung saan lantaran niyang binanggit ang planong pagsugpo sa kriminalidad sa pamamagitan ng pagpatay.
Na presidente ako, magtago na kayo. Yung 1,000 nan, it would reach 50,000. I would kill all you making the life of the Filipino miserable. Mapatay ko talaga kayo.
Corruption has to stop. Criminality has to stop. Either makuha ko ang gusto ko or you perish. Magprangkahan na lang tayo. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Patayan yan.
That's the man before you for this hearing, even if he's not in court today. He repeatedly promised to kill people, his own people, if elected president. He said it, he did it, that's who he is. He won the election, became president on 30 June 2016, and did exactly as he said he would. He murdered thousands of people by taking the Davao model nationwide.
Mula rito sa The Hague, Netherlands, para sa GMA Integrated News, Mariz Umali Nakatutok, 24 Oras.